Okay, let's do this. Like I said in my SmackDown review, 4 hours of wrestling tonight. So now we move on to AEW Rampage Grand Slam edition and whatnot. Since they are still in New York, Queens at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. I believe this show was taped, if I'm not mistaken. And wow, we have 2 hours of Rampage tonight. Not one, but 2 hours of Rampage. And a pretty somewhat stacked card in a way for Rampage. But we do kick it off excuse me, with the first big match of the night, CM Punk versus Powerhouse Hobbs. CM Punk's first television match in over 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. Um, this was a different match, okay? And I did like this match. At one point, they gave Hobbs a lot of offense because they nearly went 15 minutes out there. And it wasn't a bad match. It's almost reminded me of the Darby one. It was a different pace. It wasn't like just fast paced at 100 miles per hour and whatnot. It was more slow, a little bit more methodical, whatnot. It got better in time. Like I said, both guys they weren't that bad, and like I said, they gave Hobbs Hobbs he got a lot of stuff in there tonight. He really did, and in a way, they basically spotlighted him out there against CM Punk, and it wasn't bad. But like I said, it was a different pace style. Like they kind of kept at a certain pace throughout a lot of this match. It's like they could have started slow and then they picked up the pace as the match went on. And the match was actually pretty good. The only really bad thing about this whole match was the Hurricane Rana that looked really bad. Okay, and I don't know if Hobbs could have killed himself from landing on his head, or Punk could have hurt himself real badly. And Punk ended up winning the match with the GTS and whatnot, but it looked like Punk was bleeding from his mouth. I think he was. There was blood coming from somewhere, so we know that. Um, I would say with Punk having his second match just in wrestling in general, being back, it was pretty good. Some would say probably looked a little bit gas out there near the end of the match and whatnot, but I thought both of these guys did good. Like I said, it was a different style of match between Punk and Hobbs and whatnot. So, and they did get a lot of time in too. So it wasn't that bad. That Hurricane Rana was probably the worst thing out of this whole match though, but a pretty good match, but a different style pace of match, if you ask me. Some would say strength and endurance and whatnot, or agility, especially with Hobbs, a lot of strength being showcased. Next, the Super Click, Adam Cole and the Young Bucks. Don Callis, Luke Gallows. I don't know where Carl Anderson was at this point. And I think the Nakazawa or whoever the Cutler guy out there went against Christian Cage, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus. What can I say about this match? I'm sure everyone's going to say it right now. Spot fest, spot fest, spot fest. And yes, there was a spot fest. I'm not going to act like I can keep up with every move in this match, so I'm not going to name everything, okay? But it was what you expected. A spot fest. Of course, everybody's going to hit some crazy move all over the place. Some almost in, just sequent motion at some point. Just spear, super kick, super kick, super kick, dive, super kick. Just everywhere all over the place, okay? It was good. I can't name everything. I really can't. Even, Luchasaurus almost sitting up like Undertaker, trying to chokeslam Cole. Cole hit him with a big shining wizard. He ended up in the Panama Sunrise on him. Bucks hit the BTE trigger, and then Cole hit the last shot for the win and whatnot. So, of course, the super click, Cole and the Young Bucks was going to win, but it was a spot fest, as you expected. A spot fest. So, it's nothing different. There's not much I can really say about this match. If you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't, you didn't. So, it goes either way, because like I said, you don't even know who the super click is. Most of the time, it was mostly in the Indies or in Ring of Honor or PWG. Look that up. You'll know what the super click is. But obviously, you knew Cole and the Bucks were going to win. So nothing surprising there. But next, throughout the show, Chris Jericho and Jake Hager went against Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. Dan Lambert was out there with him. I was wondering about this match, and it wasn't bad or whatnot, but I kept kind of sit there wondering. So, Page and Sky got to win, right? Because the last time these guys were really on TV, they got the crap kicked out of them by Sting and Darby Allin. And most of the time, they've just been hanging around with some MMA guys now with Dan Lambert. And I still think this match is kind of random given last week, especially having Jericho and Hager now in a feud with America Top Team and whatnot. I've seen that before in TNA at one point when they had Bobby Lashley at the time a few years ago. It just wasn't a bad match. Sky ended up getting a roll up on Jake Hager's legs. Lambert did tie Hager's legs up, so he did get involved in this match. And, when you get to the 10 o'clock mark tonight, it's like they went off the air and then came back on the air at the same time, so I thought that was kind of strange. Next thing you know, Jericho and them cleared the ring. They're about to beat up Dan Lambert. Next thing you know, America Top Team kept coming out. Paige Van Zandt, Junior DeSantos, Jorge Masvidal. I can't name everybody. I don't remember everyone's names. Honestly, you could have sent Jorge Masvidal out there. He would have just killed Jericho and Hager probably with 2 punches, and you didn't really need everybody else. But it was like 10 of these guys. I wonder where the inner circle was, especially if they were there tonight. I'm going to get into that in a second. But basically, they beat the living hell out of both Jericho and Hager, and even Masvidal hitting a big running knee onto Hager, I believe it was. So that did look pretty smooth and whatnot. So, yeah, Masvidal just killing with a running knee out there. But where's this going to go? I'm not really sure. But with all the MMA guys beating up Jericho and Hager, where was the inner circle? Where was Santana Ortiz? Where was Sammy Guevara? Well, Santana Ortiz were next in an 8-man tag, dressed as the Baseball Furies. Why didn't they hit the ring with baseball bats, fighting off America Top Team, huh? What about that? But since they were dressed as the Baseball Furies, they tagged with the Lucha Brothers to go against the whole Hardy office thing with Private Party and the Butcher and the Blade. Some would say, and this is a big homecoming for both LAX and Private Party, because both of these teams are from New York City and whatnot. So they got the NY advantage. Also, people go back to the matches in House of Glory where they faced each other. So it's like a full circle or whatnot to see where the level they are on right now. Most of LAX has probably been more places, I feel like, than Private Party. But Private Party, I believe, did come from House of Glory. And look where they are now. And, in this, big building at this point now. The match itself, once again, spot fest. What can I say? And then they send Orange Cassidy out there. Jack Evans tries to fight him off, and Cassidy takes him down. But, Pence and all of them got the win. Santana and Ortiz hit the street sweeper onto Mark Quinn for the win. So, like I said, spot fest, and LAX and the Lucha Brothers go over. But after that, Matt Hardy was interviewed backstage, and basically Cassidy's going to pay. So now it's going to be a hair versus hair match. But it won't be Matt Hardy, and it's going to be Jack Evans. And Jack Evans looked at Matt Hardy for a second, and Matt says, "You are going to do this, okay? I'm sick of seeing this whole Matt Hardy-Orange Cassidy feud. I even will sit here and tell you right now, Jeff Hardy is still more over than him, even though he's kind of jobbing on Raw right now. But then again, me and my friend had this argument. Yes, Matt Hardy is going against the comedy guy that puts his hands in his pockets. Jeff Hardy was going against the killer, but now dressed as a Spartan or the Shredder from the Ninja Turtles at this point. But thank God they got Jeff. That guy's not chasing the 24/7 title at this point, okay? We do not need to see that anymore. But then, my friend wanted to argue that, well, Orange Cassidy is a comedy guy that's treated as a serious competitor, like he was some main event draw or something. Reaching for that one, buddy. He's an acquired taste, but I'm not going to go that far. Yes, he went against Jericho. Did that feud really help him in the long run? Yes, he was in the world title picture. God knows why, but he did go against Pac and Omega. I don't think he took the pin at that time. Did he take the pin? I'm sure he took the pin. I don't remember. It's been a few months now. But Cassidy's an acquired taste, though. Would I put him in the top of the world title picture? No. But I am sick of this feud with him and Matt Hardy. And it'll probably continue even after he cuts Jack Evans' hair. So why am I still seeing this feud? I don't know. But I'm sick of seeing it. But like I said, the 8-man spot fest. So like I said, either you like it or you're not going to like it. Anna Jay went against Penelope Ford. I was halfway paying attention to this match. I know the Bunny had threw in some brass knuckles and hit, Penelope ended up hitting Anna Jay with it. Tay Conti came for the save. But then the rest of the Hardy office came out then. And then Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander came out. And then all the Dark Order came out. And they basically chased off Matt Hardy and crew. But then, are all the Dark Order, are they all together? Is it still a civil war? No, because Evil Uno and Stu Grayson walked out. So it's not a civil war, but it is a civil war. They're basically copying Bullet Club from a few years ago, like I said before. So civil war, not civil war. Civil war, not civil war. Do I really care? Not really, okay? So that's why I said I halfway paid attention to this women's match. So, not much I could say from that. In the main event, though, Suzuki-gun, Minoru Suzuki and Lance Archer versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston in a lights-out match. This was a brawl. This was a fight. These guys tried to kill each other. Honestly, I was expecting Suzuki-gun to go over, but then I thought to myself, it's just like the Moxley effect. Moxley's in his hometown. Obviously, they're not going to have him lose. Kingston's in his hometown. Obviously, they're not going to have him lose. And, it was great to hear Katsei Ninare in a very big building, probably out in the Tokyo Dome. But, like I said, Suzuki-gun, I feel like they're kind of being booked against Archer. I don't even know what to say about Archer half the time. I swear, when's the last time he's really won a match? And I actually thought Suzuki-gun was going to go over, and they're going to hit the blackout on the Kingston on those chairs. But next thing you know, Homicide comes out. I'm like, Homicide? I'm like, any Ring of Honor or whatnot? Homicide comes out, hits Suzuki-gun with chairs. Chair elbows hits the referee, cuts Moxley out of the, his hands being taped back together, and whatnot. Suzuki ended up attacking, Homicide then. He was about to get Moxley with the Gotch-style power driver, but Moxley ended up hitting a Death Rider, and then he went for Archer in. Both Kingston and Archer ended up putting him, him with the Death Rider onto the chair. Next thing you know, they put his head, they put him in the trash can, and then Kingston took a kendo stick and beat the living crap out of Archer while he's in the trash can with a kendo stick until the kendo stick broke, and Eddie Kingston pinned Lance Archer for the win. Will we see another match from this? I don't know, but Suzuki-gun has a point. It's always the home field advantage against them and whatnot. So, honestly, I've got to just wait for Suzuki to at least win a match in AEW just because, okay? But, yeah, him and Archer, not having the best of luck right now. But Rampage, though, this was probably their biggest show, given this is a 2-hour show tonight and not a 1-hour show. It wasn't that bad. Punk versus Hobbs, pretty good match. 6-man, spot fest. Take it how you want. 8-man tag, spot fest. Take it how you want. Jericho and Hager versus Men of the Year. I was pretty good. Wasn't bad. They sent America's Top Team out to kill them. So, we'll see where that goes. Main event, brawl. Just huge, massive brawl. Women's match, I was not halfway paying attention, so I did not really care and mostly kind of watched the post stuff of it. But yeah, the main event it was a brawl. It was a fight. It was what you expected of everybody trying to kill each other out there with kendo sticks, chairs, trash cans. And it was nice to see Homicide. Will we see Suzuki-gun attack again on Moxley and Kingston? We shall see. But, like I said, with this whole big week for AEW, very big week for AEW, just in general, being in the Arthur Ashe Stadium from Dynamite from last Wednesday and tonight on Rampage, a really good show. Both shows. We'll see what the ratings do for Rampage. I don't know. All I guess we can do is wait and see what happens, alright? But other than that, I'm out here. See you guys. Peace out. Comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Hood990. Gotta remember that too at the same time. Peace.